Hello, my name's Amanda. Welcome to my channel. I have a short video about a visionary experience using the plant medicine Ayahuasca, which is a psychedelic plant medicine that grows in the jungle. It's a combination of two plants and it's used for many reasons, one of which is healing ceremonies. And there's a longer video linked in the description about ayahuasca. In ayahuasca ceremonies, often there's a lot of catharsis, purging, vomiting, crying, running to the toilet, amongst many other forms of letting go and purging physically. And in the ceremony that I'm talking about today, I felt a lot of pressure. There was kind of like a painful sensation, some burping. There's a lot going on in my heart center. And there was also, in this part of the ceremony, a really high level of fear, fear that I had suppressed was coming up to be faced. And it was specifically around moving forward in areas of my life that I had chosen not to aim high for fear of failing. And those fears were being like put right in my face, and I was feeling physically where those fears were living in my body. And I could see in my visionary experience in front of me, it was like I was looking at myself, my heart center, but it had this black, creepy, kind of brambly tree symbolically growing in my heart center. And it was kind of heavy feeling, kind of like full of tar. It was just the more I looked at it, the more blockages, pressure, and fear that I actually felt in my body. And I knew that it was related to not stepping forward in my life and facing things as far as taking risks and going after things if I wasn't sure if I was going to succeed or not. And sitting with that fear, staring at that tree, and realizing that I had been living with it for so long. And it wasn't just me. I could see how it connected to my ancestry, to my family, the way that certain family members did things, and I kind of followed in their footsteps as far as, being overly cautious in certain areas and not believing in myself. And as I took a look at kind of like the big picture of this tree and this fear, it started to drip more and more. It started to drip more and more. And I realized as I watched the vision and I felt the difficult feelings and leaned into them, that beneath that tar was actually a golden tree. And after quite a bit of time of sitting with all of this discomfort, there was no more tar, there were no more brambles, and there was no more black. There was just this golden tree with golden leaves. And it was reflective and it was glowing. And all of that heaviness and that pain and that pressure and that burping was gone. And it taught me a lot. First off, that often we try and get rid of things. We try and clear energy. We try and run away from things that are uncomfortable. We try and destroy. And we all know that energy is energy. It's neutral. It can be used for good things. It can be used for destructive things, growing. We don't have to get rid of everything, but we can transform things. So that tree didn't go away. That tree full of sticky tar didn't go away, but it got transformed in the process, in the ceremony. It involved a lot of pain. It involved a lot of honesty. It involved kind of a big picture look at my life and my family's life and how these things show up. And with that honesty and kind of looking through the eyes of truth as we know it at this time, we can transform energy. And then that golden tree, for me, that was the symbolism that was shown. Ayahuasca often uses plant or animal symbolism. She loves to do that. Now the golden tree is there. And so instead of being frightened about shooting high, even if I fail, the tree is there. No matter if there's the failure, there's that energy of courage. There's more of an energy of courage. We're all moving through something in our heart center. For me, it was fear of taking risks, fear of being seen in the world, fear of aiming high if I failed. But we've all kind of got our own layers in the heart center that are energetic. They can show up as like bitterness or resentment or hatred or jealousy. There's so many things we've used to guard our heart, from fear of failure, fear of rejection, just fear of things going sideways like they did in the past. But when it's time to move through another layer, when it's time to melt the tar off a tree, we know it. We know that we're stuck. We know the kind of the negative feelings that are showing up. And without judging them, we can feel them fully. We can notice how they've showed up in our life, notice kind of maybe where they've come from, and feel the sensations physically, fully. And with that awareness and with that presence and kind of just being with, it almost starts this melting process. And if you know what it is that is the next layer of your heart, what your tree might be, then you can transform it into something golden too. So yeah, I think that's all for this one. Thank you so much for being here and being on this journey together with the rest of us. And journey well.